So, what are your first memories of playing sports?
My first memories of playing sports. Man, that's a difficult question because there's just so much that has transpired. But I'd say some of the early stuff goes back to when my dad would be playing like softball and stuff like that. We, as all the kids from the team, would just go play like hot box
Yep.
or just 500, just all the small little games that we could just make up or go run around and honestly not pay attention to a lick of what our parents were doing. But we would just be out there running around, and we would probably be out there later than them while they're all like drinking beer after the game.
Yep.
We're out there still playing hot box until like our parents are like, all right, we got to get going. And then finally,
So then, where did that love of sports come from? Was that from your dad, your parents?
that has to be where it starts. Is with my parents. I know my dad loves sports, but he never really got to play because I know as I'm sure we'll talk about at some point here that there are a lot of Skalas. And so like, they all grew up on the farm out there, and they didn't really play a lot of organized sports, but they would play against each other.
Gotcha.
And so, like, obviously when they ended up forming like their own softball team, and then so like I was around it all the time. And then I'm like the third or fourth youngest cousin of the first cousins, and so I've had numerous family members come through the ranks and like grew up watching them, and like just like all of that just. It's almost like it was just like engraved in me.
Yeah. So I guess it's not necessarily your dad, but also just like your extended family.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot there's so many Skalas just because I'm not in Noatan anymore. I just don't think about it. But I want to also talk about, because you are an older brother, just like me.
Yes.
How I don't know how to best explain the question. How is it being an older brother to a guy that probably wanted to beat you more than anything in life?
I'm gonna be honest. We didn't get along in the beginning. Like when we were younger, man, he hated me. I'm competitive. I mean, he's competitive, and so we would just be at each other's throats all the time about anything. I mean, it could be something stupid like a video game, and he would just get pissed, and we were just always at each other's throats. But like you knew that it was because like he kind of was like looking up to you as a younger brother, and so like, but I'm 3 years older than him, so I'm just bigger than him, and like when we would play sports, there was just really no competition at that time because of the size difference.
Yeah.
But so like being an older brother, like when we were younger, it was pretty ruthless. Like I wasn't gonna let him score. I wasn't gonna let him. I was gonna shut him down. I'm like, no, this is not how it goes. Like I'm the older brother. I'm gonna like make you regret wanting to play me. And then I mean, obviously things changed as we got older and a little more mature. But so then like what I'd say like through high school sports, then your brother starts like going to through his middle school sports, and so then he starts like picking your brain about things. You start talking about different concepts, and like you start like bonding a little more over there instead of like we're not competing against each other anymore. When we're playing video games, it's competitive still, but we're not about to lose our mind like 12 or 14. And so as you grow older, and then obviously now me and my brother are best friends, so it honestly probably helped like form our relationship, our competitive natures. There's still times that we'll get after each other.
For sure.
Something in like card games, or I mean, he's been talking a lot of crap lately because he beat us all in fantasy football. But it's an ongoing competition.
Yeah, that's funny. I got that same thing with my brother too. I didn't want to let him win.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. It was almost like a blemish on our record if we let the little brother win.
Exactly. But if you ever did by chance win, by complete random chance, then I let him win because I'm the older brother. I gotta be nice sometimes.
Exactly. You know the game. You know how it works.
Yeah. And also, I would say, and if Jake's listening to this, I'm not saying to suck up. I would say in high school he was a better athlete, and I'm gonna say that's because of me, and because he always came and played with us, like Travis and Derek and Stig. So he always had to come up and play, made him better, play against better competition. So Jake, you're welcome.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if you like knew or recall recalled this, but since I'm young for our grade, I got asked to play one summer with Legion. So I played a baseball season with your brother.
Oh yeah. I think. Yeah.
Like, I got asked to come back and play that summer, and I had been playing, like, I played with the Aces, so I was like, whatever, like, I'll play.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just split my time between those two teams, and Jake was our shortstop or second baseman, like, depending on the lineup that game. But Jake and I played on the same baseball team together.
How was that? How was he as a teammate?
Good, he was a good teammate. Yeah, no, I think he had like the Magic Man was his nickname.
Yep.
And he was definitely what I would say the infield. So we got along on that wavelength because I played center field, so we had that communication up the middle all the time. That's a necessity for a baseball team.
Yeah, he was pretty prideful of his middle infield skills, and I'll definitely give him that. He definitely was the best Majerus boy out of the infield.
I don't know if he ever hit a home run.
That's the thing. I'm pretty. You know, yeah, right, exactly. I know he's put it on the warning track a few times, and he was Big 9 honorable mention, but he didn't hit a home run. So
I think you have that.
that's funny you bring it up. I said that when he got married. I said it in his best man or my best man speech. I said, yeah, you did all this good stuff, all conference, whatever. But did you ever get a home run?
That's great.
So now let's get into you when you were younger. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Man, as every little boy athlete wants to be is like a pro star in something. And that was where it started off. I mean, I never really thought of anything else, but I was young. I didn't. Or I wanted to go to Hogwarts and become like a wizard, one of the two.
Which sport?
Growing up, my parents would tell me that it would legitimately change by the season. So, like, if it was baseball season, I want to be a baseball player. If it was basketball season, I want to be a basketball player. If it was football season, football.
I think that was mine, and also for my brother, too. We were the same.
Yeah, and then as growing up, it started to change towards football.
What is your... I'll let you think of the question, and then I'll also answer it, too. What is your first... Do you have a first memory of me? Because my first memory of you, for those who don't know, you went to St. Mary's, the Catholic school. Was it all the way to 8th grade, or was it just 6th grade?
Only 5th, and then I went to Little Creek.
That's so okay. Well, and I went to elementary school along with Travis, Derek, Tyler, if you know, Sheridan, and myself, you know these guys too. We would have, I'm pretty sure it was basketball. And so we had our own teams over in 4th and 5th grade. And I think, did you guys get lumped with the McKinley kids? Do you remember that way back then? Well, because I remember you, and I remember Mitch Schuster. You were you both were short, and you were obviously the blonde one. And I remember you were just the guy that I didn't want to guard me on when I was on offense, because you were so quick and so good, but so dumb, and I just didn't like it. And for the record, me growing up all the way up until my end of my high school or my basketball career, never wanted to have you to guard me, because you were very good, but you were just annoying.
I'm not gonna lie. I take a lot of pride in that time, because that was in basketball. That was like my calling card. That's what I was there for, is to play good defense on usually the other team's better players.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That means a lot more than you know. But going back to the first memory, honestly, so I mean, as people of the podcast have probably heard before, there's a large group of us that have been really good friends, and we're a really good group of friends growing up, and still talk and still like do things together. And the first one of that group that I met was Derek Schwab, because he went to St. Mary's with me. And it's just the things you remember. But I go over to Derek's like for like a play date, like out first grade, and we played this Lego game on his computer. Like it was I
don't know what it is, but I've played that game on his computer before. That's hilarious.
And I kid you not, that first time that I'm over there, Travis comes over, because they lived on the same street. They're cousins, but they're all in the same grade, and they're like best friends, and so Travis would just walk over. Travis walks over, and he's wearing, those old like Reebok football jackets, like with your sports team. He's got the one on.
Of course he does.
And he walks in with that, and so that's when I meet Travis. So then everything like after that moment, I just remember kind of escalated. It's like that's when I started meeting the South End friends, as us North.
You're Northerners.
Would call you guys the South End, but yeah. So like, I just remember like I don't know if I remember a specific first time, but I was gonna bring up like the Odyssey basketball camp or basketball practices we had around that grade. That's when I first like more vivid memories. But I know there's probably times that we were probably hanging out before that.
Yeah.
As much.
I was gonna say like I definitely didn't know. It's one of those that I put two and two together later. Like, oh yeah, that's the blonde kid that did in the garden. Like I didn't actually know you, and that wasn't until probably 6th grade. I don't know. That's probably when we all. And whenever we started playing Sandlot, I know you didn't play that much, but you still played a lot. But and then once again, I feel like we've been on the same baseball team from like 5th grade until all the way through high school, kind of thing.
Correct. Yeah.
So what sports did you play when you were younger?
Oh boy.
And then also going up, what did you play in high school?
So yeah, younger. My my mom was a gymnastics coach, so I did gymnastics at a young age. Which my parents and my older sister, who's 7 years older than me, she thinks is a big component into why I was so athletic, and I had like good body awareness and like stuff like that, and then. So like they like I was in that at a young age for about 3 years, but then obviously as a boy I just started like doing other things. Like that's when I started playing basketball. I started wrestling, and those were all in like the same season. And so yeah, I did basketball and wrestling. Some of my older cousins, were really good wrestlers. And then you obviously start growing into like flag football, t-ball. I mean, I can't even tell you the amount of baseball teams we played on growing up. Squirt or t-ball squirts, pitching machine, and then after that was kids pitch. And I can almost like remember year by year and like the transition, the progress that we like made in the squad and like who our coaches were. Which, by the way, we were blessed with some great coaches growing up. Your dad being one.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that a little bit later, but I was gonna say, what were some of the and you don't have to say it because I'm talking to you and you might listen, but what were some of the big, like the most influential coaches in your career? It doesn't matter the sport.
I mean, there are 3 that stick out pretty prominently growing up, and that's one is your dad. I mean, he coached us through those baseball years forever. And then not only that, like I remember when we played like what was a backyard football at your place, and he was always the quarterback. Like he was always taking time out to like do teaching moments. Like I'll even remember there was one time like we talked about like older brother thing. My little brother was playing with us, and I was just kind of being.
You're being an older brother to him, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, your dad called a penalty on me. He's like, no more of that. Like we're done. I'm like, I didn't do anything. He's like, no more of that. You're done. That's funny. And so like, your dad, like Randy Purple, that's another one that sticks out a lot. Brad Schuster, also known as Doc. Yeah. I mean, I think there was a year he was my coach for football, basketball, and baseball, 6th grade. I had all year. Every sport that year. And then we had him in basketball. I can't every year after that. I don't think we had a good basketball coach. But yeah, like growing up, we had like your dad and Randy for bat or baseball, and then football. I had Doc, and then we went into like the middle school after that. So some of those coaches there.
So what sports did you play in high school?
High school, I played football, baseball, and basketball.
There's a rumor out there that you might have been captain for not 1 or 2, but all 3. Is that true? I've
heard that rumor as well, and I was afraid that was going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is accurate.
Are you aware that there is a Facebook group called Sheridan Skala?
I'm also aware of said page. Yes.
Well, for those that don't know, there is a Facebook page. I'm pretty sure it was Brian Wagner. I think it was Brian Wagner started it just to kind of, because you obviously not people listening can't see Sheridan's face, but he's just loving it that we're talking about this.
Not true.
And so we made this Facebook group where we just talked about how much we love Sheridan. And I went back because it's kind of died down. I'm gonna hopefully bring it back to life with this podcast. But some of my favorite posts in there are Sheridan's tears can cure cancer. Too bad he's never cried. Bigfoot tries to get pictures of Sheridan. And then for Sheridan, it ain't over till it's over, and even then, it's really his call. Was that ever, when you were growing up, was that on your radar, like, I want to be captain? Was that ever
Honestly,
there?
No. I mean, the first time I think it like kind of started like becoming like a goal is when you start playing like high school sports, like the varsity, like your junior year, and like obviously like I don't know, it means a lot more because it's just like voted on by your teammates. Mm-hmm. So when your teammates are the ones to vote you as captain, and obviously it means a lot that they view you as a leader of the team. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's something that I like strive for or thought of as a kid or growing up.
Yeah. Which one of those was your favorite to play?
High school sport?
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard to compare sports to football because it's just like it's a build-up to one game every week. And I think that's why like football is king in America, or what they call it, because it's a weekly build-up. Everyone gets excited for one game, and then you have a game, and then it's all over again. And it's a shorter season. Like sometimes basketball or baseball just drags on. Yeah. And just football, it's like kind of a town get together, so you're playing in front of hundreds, thousands of people, and like it's just an adrenaline rush. People are like cheering you on. Like I would say like probably like the coolest atmosphere that I've thing I've been able to say I've accomplished in a sporting event is an interception. Like on defense, intercepting a pass, and like just hearing, like, you can hear the crowd roar at the moment it happens, and it's just like it just gets your blood pumping.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Nothing like that.
And with football, it's just so much on the line. Whereas with basketball or even baseball, with over 100 games, there's just you can throw that one out. It's whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What positions did you play in football?
Football, I played quarterback and safety.
Which one did you like more?
I enjoyed safety more. I was better at it. Yeah. But there's just always that little like stigma that comes with playing quarterback. That just it's kind of hard to not like to say I was quarterback or played quarterback.
I was a high school quarterback. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, I get that. Did you? We'll get into this later too. Did you? And I could be wrong. Did you ever get? Were you? I don't know how to say it. Were you able to play later on? Like, could you have gone to college to play football?
I had some like small school offers. I initially was planning on going to play football at Stout, but I really don't want to talk poorly. I'm not trying to speak ill of anything, but I just remember like walking through the locker room and like seeing their equipment and stuff that they were like gonna hand out, and I'm like, this isn't even the quality our high school puts out. And I just like kind of like lost all luster of everything. I was just like, man, I just lost interest. And I remember coming home from that trip from Stout, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going there anymore. And then that's when I transferred to, or like made the decision that I never turned down my application for Madison, and then I ended up becoming a Badger.
We got to go into the other two sports, but we'll also bring it back to you being a Badger. But so now let's talk basketball.
Yes.
Do you have any good memories or experiences from there that you want to talk about? Because you guys made it to, was it senior year made it to state?
Senior year we made it to state. Probably the least talented team from the last like 7 years prior to that. There was really good basketball players that came through prior to us. Like, I don't know if you remember like Andrew Lumber,
oh yeah,
Derek Eady, all those guys. They were so good. And we were, but I guess I don't know how well they played as a team, but we had been playing together as a group of like 7 guys since 5th grade.
Yeah.
And it was, we knew everyone was going to be on the court. Our tallest guy was like 6'4", 6'5", and we were running up and down the court. And it was honestly a lot of fun to play. Like, I thrived off that. Like you said earlier, I love playing defense. And growing up, we always had shooters. We had people who could put the ball in the hoop, and I never needed to do that. And I wasn't very good at it anyways. So I was perfectly content just passing the ball to where it needed to be and then locking down on defense.
Yeah.
Like like, I don't know, there's so many, like, our junior year, our team was really, our JV went like 22-1, and that was so much fun that year. Growing up, we played with Doc, who was our coach. I mean, we were running varsity plays from 6th grade on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I guarantee if I walked out on a basketball court right now, I could run Badgers from every position. It's engraved in my memory.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I could do that too, yeah.
And then I think probably, obviously, the state tournament game that year, our senior year, we played Eden Prairie. Kind of got beat up on pretty bad, but that was an exciting experience. There is one game that we'll bring up here and there amongst our friend groups is that we played Woodbury that season, and we were down like 8 points with a minute left, and we came back to win. And it was just utter chaos at the end. I think we had like 4 or 5 steals in a row directly into layups, and then like the guy kept throwing the ball in.
Oh yeah,
Wasting
I
time.
remember that. I remember hearing about that.
There was only like 4 or 5 like student section fans there. Like it was like maybe you, Quinn, Travis, Derek, and no one else was in the game. And those 4 just like going crazy in the corner. And they just kept throwing the passes in instead of like wasting time or being smart. And we just kept stealing them. And then we came back to win.
That's awesome. That's a great moment. It's a great story.
Even to make it like worse is just funny add-on is my freshman year at Madison. I sit down in my first semester chemistry class next to this guy who's wearing a Woodbury basketball shirt, and I legitimately turned to him. I'm like, "So you played on the Woodbury basketball team, huh?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, we played you guys last year." He's like, "Oh, what team were you?" I'm like, "Oh, I was with Owatonna." He's like, "Oh my God, you should have heard our coach in the locker room after that game, man. He threw his clipboard, he threw a chair." I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's hilarious, and that's hilarious that he just was like, "Oh, it's just the way it is." Like this is so shitty that it had to happen, but like it's over. Like just that we can talk about it with no like ill feeling kind of thing. That's fine.
Exactly.
So then going into baseball, you got some memories of baseball. I have. I asked my dad, who was your coach one year, do you have any things I should ask Sheridan of? And he said, "You know what? You better bring up the story when Sheridan wanted to play shortstop. Would you mind sharing that story for me?"
Oh yeah, this is a classic. I just remember when you're younger, they just kind of throw like the best athletes out toward the balls hit the most shortstop, and so like I kind of just ran around the infield like we all probably did when the ball was in play when we were young. And so one of our like first days of like 5th grade practice, your dad's our coach, and he's like, "All right, guys, go out to the position you want to play." And I knew nothing else but shortstop at that point. But I'm left-handed, and so there's no such thing as left-handed shortstops. So I go out to shortstop, and your dad's like, "Sheridan, go out to center field and just stay there because you're probably going to play there for the rest of your life." And I'm like, "But I want to play shortstop. Like, can I play shortstop?" He's like, "I'll let you play shortstop when pigs fly." And so that growing up was an ongoing joke because I was just like, we would be beating a team by a lot of runs, and I would be like, "Hey, I think I see a pig out there. It's fine. Can I go play short right now?" But it turned out well in the long run. I wouldn't have been a good shortstop.
Yeah, and I think you did all right in the outfield too.
I think I did all right as well.
Should we talk about it would have been your junior year? We ended up making it to state. Talk about your role on the team that year, and then how that was.
So my role at junior year, played left field most of the time. We had an ongoing rotation kind of between like myself, Kyle Melcher, and like depending whether he was pitching, and then we called it Matt Simon too. So I think I started this season there in left field, and then we brought Matt Simon up, and he played first, and then so when Matt played first, then Kyle would go out to left if he wasn't pitching. So it was a little more situational then, but was used as a pinch runner frequently, or a defensive specialist. I guess I went in a couple of times there, like against that crazy game that we played Rochester John Marshall to go to the state championship or to the state tournament. We went like 14 innings. I think I got called in like the 12th or 13th to go play defense. So definitely had a rotation or a role in there, but that was an exciting year of baseball.
Then compare that to the senior year, because it's unfortunate I wasn't on the team, but that was my own choice. But then to be on that team, I thought that year was a lot of fun.
Senior year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it goes back to our whole friend group. Is our friend group grew up playing Sandlot since 5th, 6th grade. We would play every summer. We'd go out there and play every day. And so like we were so close and so like tight knit that that was basically what our Sandlot team was. We were just going out there. Now we're playing on a high school field every day.
Yeah.
And so we were so close, and so like if someone would get down, like people are picking each other up. You knew how to like handle or like deal with like the people on your team. It was just so much fun because everything. I mean, we were obviously good too, which helps. But then like on top of that, just the whole camaraderie and everything that the team had. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, one thing that I think that was good about it too, hearing stuff from my brother's age, they just didn't like each other. And I think our age, that senior group, our age, we were all good friends, and we all wanted the best for each other, whether or not that was one certain person getting more playing time than the other.
Oh, exactly. It was. I mean, that group is something that I'll never forget.
Yeah, for sure. So then you get done with your senior year of baseball, and
yes.
you said earlier you decided to go to Wisconsin-Madison. Why Wisconsin-Madison?
Oh man, I don't know. I obviously have an answer, but so I was kind of gung-ho on going to play football somewhere, and then just realized, no, didn't want to do it anymore. So I visited Madison, and I absolutely love the campus. It's beautiful. It's a city built around a college campus, and like everything about it just seemed right. I really enjoyed it. Growing up, I never had like an allegiance to like the Gophers. I didn't necessarily like the U of M campus. I didn't like the fact that it felt like you were in the city and you're walking past. I just didn't love it.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed Madison, and that's why I decided to go there. The other thing is it was a little further away from home, so I didn't hate that. But it was still like perfect distance so that I would be home for things I need to be home for, or my parents could come visit whenever they wanted to. It was just a good fit.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Iowa City too. That's where I am right now. It's a college town. It is a college that has a town around it. Whereas
Yes.
I've been to other places that are just like, oh yeah, they call itself a college town, but it's not even a main part of it. And I feel like most Big Ten schools that aren't in like a huge metropolis are that way. Like I've been to Lincoln, and that's crazy. And I can guarantee the Michigans, Ohio State, those are all the same. They're just the complete city just completely surrounds and engulfs the university. But it's also unfortunate. I still have a very strong burning hatred towards the Hawkeyes, and there's a lot of Hawkeye stuff around here, and I'm not a big fan. But
I can imagine that being a little difficult.
I survived. Yeah, everybody says, "Oh, so you're a Hawkeye now?" I'm like, nah. My wife is a Hawkeye. I just live in Iowa City. When you were at Madison, I'm assuming you kept on with sports. Did you play club baseball? Was that what that was?
I did play club baseball down there, and it was so relaxed. I mean, we were competitive. We had a lot of good athletes there, but you had practices maybe once or 2 to 3 times a week, and then you would play some fall ball games, and then you would play some spring games. But they were really like helpful with your schedule, and it was baseball, but I think my sophomore year we made it to like the national tournament out in Pennsylvania. So it was legit. It was some good baseball, but it wasn't like over really time consuming or anything of the sort. And it actually like led to me meeting some of my best friends down there. The first day they had tryouts. I think we had like 40 kids try out the first day, so it was a little daunting because we never had like that in high school. I mean, we had tryouts, but we didn't have 40 kids coming in that don't know the coaches or players from Adam, and like you're trying to make like an impression that you can play. Like, with all those people there, it was interesting. It was fun. It was a cool atmosphere. But so like the first day there, I just happened to like we would take the upperclassmen that was already on the team from the year before would just like bring their trucks and stuff and like drive us, or their cars and drive us to practice. We just had meeting points. And the first day of tryouts, I ended up meeting one of my best friends now, Jake McHenry, and like we were just sat next to each other. We like hit it off. He was from Henry Sibley. I was from Owatonna. He's like, I know where you're from. And we instantly hit it off, and then from there we played together, and then a couple of the upperclassmen we became really good friends with, and now, I mean, the rest is history. But
that's cool.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
And did you play any intramurals there too? And did you win anything?
We did. We played. The two main ones were basketball and football, and we played just men's, and we also played co-ed, which is a lot of fun, by the way, because the girls' points, or so like football, if they score a touchdown, it's worth like 9.
Oh yeah.
And a guy's only worth 7 points, and then in basketball, for every girl that hits a 3, it's for 4 points, and a girl that hits a 2, it's worth 3. And we were pretty good. We had one of our flag football teams ended up winning the championship, which was probably one of the coolest experiences because the game was on Camp Randall. Flag football championship game was in the middle of Camp Randall, and like I can't tell you how many friends came out that day to like just not even know if they even cared that we were playing. They were just like, we get to go walk on Camp Randall. Go there and like be a part of the atmosphere. So that was pretty cool. We ended up winning that game. And then we had a really good co-ed basketball team too that consisted of Mike Severin, he's a Owatonna guy, my brother, a couple of guys from Madison, or from that met there, and then Martin Willie, who's also an Owatonna person, and she's a sharpshooter for 3. She doesn't met. So we would run a 2-3 zone. Teams hated us. Mike Severin would stand in the middle of the 2-3 zone. He would block everything. And then we would run out with our top guard, either my brother or my buddy Ian, who's super quick. And they would just run out, either go put up a layup real fast, or they would run down with Marn, and Marn would chuck the 3 and nail it. And then it's 4 points right there, like that, like it happened. Like there's one team that got really, really mad at us because I think we beat them like 90-20. It was bad. It was really bad.
I might be a little mad too, if I'm honest. But hey, if you play to win the game, and then get off the court if you don't like it.
Yeah, if we were in the top league, we ended up losing the championship. It's sore memory, and I'm so competitive. I don't like losing.
So you graduated. What did you end up graduating with? Your studies wise?
I went to school for biochemistry.
And what do you do now?
I work at the Mayo Clinic in Owatonna. Technically, it's called the I-90 corridor, which is Owatonna, Faribault, Zumbrota, and then Austin and Elwood.
So, and I hear that you are still playing sports and still kicking ass. Which sports are you playing now? And do you have a new love for different sports? Is that what I'm hearing?
I do. Well, I mean, as sports have always been a big part of my life, it definitely. It could be hard not to be active in some way, and as a workout, I would just rather play sports because it's just so much easier than going to a gym and running on a treadmill for 40 minutes, which I despise.
And it's more fun to play a sport versus.
I just hate it. I don't like staring at the wall and thinking like, oh, there went another song. That's only 3 more minutes. Like, I can't do this anymore. So I will happily pick up any sport that I can play. And like be active, but yeah, around town now, I got asked to play in a couple of volleyball teams.
Oh yeah,
it is quite exciting. I love volleyball.
That's awesome.
It's such a different challenge from like any other sport that I've played. So it's very enjoyable. And then obviously your family has a pretty prominent team in these parts because your dad, the savvy dad, your mom, the Collegiate Hall of Famer volleyball player. I mean, and then your brother hits the ball harder than anyone in the area. Like everyone knows it. If you let him get a hit, it's going down. So like volleyball is a lot of fun. I enjoy getting around on the court.
It kills me that I can't be there because I love to play with them, but I can't.
Did you play with them this summer at all?
Yeah, I think I came. I was there this summer for one game because they always put me on the roster. Taylor and I on the roster just in case we come back, and I came back the one time, and we went in after a game. We went in to get a drink. We came back and I saw you on the court. I almost yelled something, but you were right in the middle of something. I'm like, hey.
You could have yelled. It's not that big of a deal. It's all fun.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I don't know. You talk, because it's not. You talk about you, and then I'll talk about me. Go.
I was just gonna say, like, volleyball is it's such a different beast. Especially so I got asked to play on a men's team too, and it's just they're sending like double blockers at you, and like the serves are. It's just so different than anything. I've learned so much in like the past 2 months. I don't even know. Like I'm yelling out like, oh, we're running 5-1, like pass right, and like stuff like I'm yelling out like hitting locations. I would never. I had no clue that this stuff was happening, and it's quite entertaining. It's exciting.
That's cool. I was gonna say my dad. So I don't know if you knew he just this last summer. So he's on a 15 over baseball team, and so he's how old the Super Bowl is. He's like 53. So he's a young pup on the baseball team, and he was. It took him a little bit to get the swing figured out, but he ended up figuring it out. But like they made it to the championship, and I think they won on the 50 and older. He tore his meniscus.
No.
Just playing. He rounded the base one time and accidentally. I can't remember if he tripped or slipped or what it was, and he hurt himself kind of bad, but nothing actually bad. But then kind of just playing whatever, he tore the meniscus, and he's a stubborn old man and didn't get it checked out at all until just recently found out he has to get surgery coming up. They're going to get it scheduled for the beginning of the year. So I think volleyball's done for him, but I think he's going to go back for baseball. But I'll have to ask him about that. Or next time you see him, you have to ask him how his knee is.
Oh, for sure. I did not know that. Where's his baseball team he plays on?
They mostly play in the cities. I want to say it's a small town that I've never heard of called Webster City.
Yeah.
It's kind of just north of Faribault, kind of by Northfield, kind of on the other side of the interstate. But they mostly play other people. Brian Price, you know him.
Yeah.
He's the guy that got my dad to go, and he's on the team and he pitches a lot. So it was actually kind of cool to see him pitch too.
That's really cool. I'm glad he's staying active.
Yeah.
I will have to admit that's my largest fear is getting injured in like an intramural or like rec league sport.
Yeah.
It scares me at times. I've also agreed to play with my cousins in a co-ed team in the summer for softball, and it's pretty bad. But there are times like if I know I'm getting close to the fence, or if I know that I hit a ball on the ground and someone's going to be trying to chuck it to get me at first base, I am all about like self-preservation. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm for.
Self-preservation.
Yeah, that's perseverance. What the hell? No, preservation. Yeah, and like I just for how active I've been in my life and like sports, playing football, and I was quite fortunate to not have suffered any injuries, and I just couldn't imagine like going from a volleyball game and someone coming under the net and I land on them and I like tear an ACL. I would be devastated. I would be
You've played at such a high level for so long, and then what happens at this? Yeah.
Yeah. I
gotta say, we did a softball league, one in the summer and one in the fall. I had so much fun. It was an absolute blast.
Softball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's super fun. It's something to do. It keeps you active, gets you out and about.
Mm-hmm. And especially we were in more of a chill league, and also we were really good, so we didn't have to worry about there were a few close games, but for the most part we kind of just could take it easy and win pretty easy. So that was also kind of fun. And it's also fun when you win too. Who'd fun?
Shocker, we all enjoy winning. I love it.
All right, last thing I'm gonna ask you. give me some life advice, whether it's for sports or life or doing stuff at the hospital. What do you got?
Man, life advice. All right. Great. If there's one thing I guess I can say from learning from sports is that there's a lot of things that go into being successful, and that whether it be communication, being responsible, doing your job, and I've learned all those through sports throughout these years, which has helped me through numerous aspects of my life. And then, kind of like what you said with that, although it was a joke, but the 3 Sports Skala page there, you're never out until you're out, and keep on fighting. Those are 3 things. As long as you're making progress, or taking steps in the right direction, progress is progress. So those are the things that you can learn from sports that I think you can take to your work, anything in life, and it'll help you become successful.